Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mags. So hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So of course Newcastle United arrived in Riyadh last night after of course taking off from Newcastle International Airport on board Saudia Airlines Dreamliner, which of course you will see images up on screen of that airline as it landed at Newcastle International Airport yesterday. Twitter timeline for Newcastle United fans was completely and utterly surrounded by images of the airline arriving at Newcastle International Airport. Of course, Newcastle's players, staff, and owners arrived in Riyadh last night during the England game, of course, and from the moment they touched down, they were absolutely welcomed with open arms into the country of Saudi Arabia, which is obvious, at the end of the day. We are Saudi Arabia's team. We are the crown jewel of their 2030 vision. And of course, Amanda Staveley, Eddie Howe, and the players all received gifts upon arrival in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. They received flowers. They also received a Saudia Airlines gift bag, which I can only assume inside that gift bag was the latest iPhone, probably the latest Rolex as well. These guys don't do it light at the end of the day. These guys love to do things to their best, and that's what I can only assume was inside them Saudi airline gift bags. But if anybody knows otherwise, do let us know. Of course, there was also images circulating around as well of two Newcastle United coaches, which the team will use during our tour of Saudi Arabia, which of course will last from the 4th of December to the 10th of December. Of course, with us taking on Al Hilal on the 8th of December in, of course, Riyadh, where, of course, that game will also be televised on Nufc TV for everybody to watch and of course, taking the game. There'll also be fans in attendance for this game as well. I've seen quite a few Newcastle YouTubers heading over there. Lee Lola from Newcastle Fans TV is over in Saudi Arabia at the moment. Adam Pearson is going to be heading over there as well, from what he said on his channel. He'll be heading over to Saudi Arabia to watch that game. I would love to go to Saudi Arabia and watch the game, but I just don't have the money for that kind of thing, to be able to go all the way out to the Middle East and see that game. So I'll just have to take it in from home on Nufc TV. But of course, upon arrival in Riyadh as well, Newcastle launched our first ever Twitter account in Arabic. The official Newcastle United Arabic language Twitter account is up and running, and from the moment it has started running as well, Newcastle have well over now 20,000 people, of course, following that Twitter account. It's well over 20k in only a matter of moments from it going up. It was well over 20k followers, and at this moment in time, it continues to rise as well. It's well now over 21,000 followers on the Saudi Arabian Twitter account. Of course, for Saudi Arabian fans to be able to follow Newcastle United news, that is the official Newcastle United Twitter account. If you want to go check it out, I will put it up on screen. It's at NUFC _AR on Twitter. That is the official Newcastle United Twitter account for Saudi Arabian fans to be able to follow Newcastle United. Of course, plenty of images up on screen of the Saudi Airlines plane landing at Newcastle Airport. Images of Newcastle players landing in Riyadh as well, taking a massive group photo. Of course, plenty of images of the players and the staff, of course, Eddie Howe, Amanda Staveley, receiving their flowers and their gift bags as well. And also, we've seen images today of Eddie Howe in training. We've seen images of Maxi in training with his brand new haircut. We've also seen images as well of Alexander Isak in training out in Saudi Arabia. But talking on another side, away from, of course, the Newcastle United Saudi Arabia news, there is news on Callum Wilson, who has, of course, missed out on England training today after suffering a minor strain. Hopefully, it's not too bad, and hopefully, it's only a little niggle, and he will be fit for, of course, to be looked at as an available player for the game on Saturday coming. But away from England, hopefully, he's fit for our games after the World Cup because, we don't need Callum Wilson getting injured and coming back from the World Cup with an injury, because that isn't what we need at this moment in time. We're also seeing images as well of Garang Kuol arriving back in Australia, and he was repping a Nufc shirt, the blue away shirt. He was, of course, wearing upon arrival in Australia. Plenty of Australian fans taking pictures with Garang Kuol, their star boy in NUFC, star boy as well when he does come to it, which won't be long until he is playing hopefully in a Newcastle shirt, but it's nice to see him in the Newcastle shirt, nice to see him, representing Newcastle United, because he is our player. Even if he hasn't played a game for us yet, he is our player. And talking also on a slightly negative side of things, of course, we've seen that Garang Kuol's been receiving some racist comments and some abusive comments from people. I'm guessing maybe because he didn't score the goal for Australia at the end of the game. At the end of the day, that's football. That's how it goes sometimes. But there's no need, to go on social media and down a player, give him abuse or give him racial comments. He's a young lad. He's been brilliant in this tournament for Australia. He's done brilliant so far as well with the pressure that is upon his shoulders. He's a future superstar player. Everybody knows that. He's going to be an absolutely world-class player given the right guidance, and he's had the entire country on his shoulders for Australia in that tournament. And when he was called upon by the manager, he did a great job. Now, just give him a break. We've seen this ourselves as English fans. We've seen Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho get picked on, because they missed the penalties in the Euros. At the end of the day, that's football. Sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it to go, but there's no reason at all to go out there and down a player, give him abuse, give him racial comments. It's just not right at all. It's not the thing to do. You need to think before you tweeting out these comments. You need to, put it through your head and think, is this the right action that I should be doing? And in my eyes, no, you shouldn't be making comments like that. Nobody should be making comments like that. That's not the right thing to do. You need to be going and being supportive of these people. At the end of the day, Garang Kuol did what he could do. I remember when, Bukayo Saka missed his penalty, I sent a DM out to Bukayo Saka and I says, keep your chin up, mate. You done well in the tournament forward, and he replied back and said thank you, because that is the way to do it. You show support to these people. You show support to anybody, who has worked their butt off in a tournament or has worked their butt off to, perform to their highest ability possible that they can at that time. And Garang Kuol, in my eyes, performed to the best of his ability that he could at that time, and he put in a really good performance. So I think this is out of line. Whoever's making these comments, they need to stop, because it is absolutely disgusting behaviour. And I'm sure, whoever is making the comments as well, I hope that the authorities do get involved and they do make sure that these people are punished for their actions against Garang Kuol, and not only against Garang Kuol neither, but also the ones that made their comments about Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford, and Jadon Sancho, when they missed their penalties in the Euros. I hope then people also found punishment as well from the authorities for their actions, because that is the only way that this sort of problem is going to get solved, is if the authorities step in and deal with the situation, because there is no place in this day and age, or even in the past, for comments like that being made, for abusive antics going on with people. But that's my 2 cents on that. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below about it. And of course, to end off this video, hopefully, we can have a fantastic tour out in Saudi Arabia. It's been brilliant to see all of this Newcastle United content coming out on the Newcastle United Twitter account and also on the Saudi Arabian Twitter account as well. Do go check that out at Nufc_AR. Give it a follow. I gave it a follow last night. I can't speak Arabic, but I did give it a follow just to support the Twitter account, of course, and get them numbers up there to help out with the Saudi Arabian fan base. Until next time, I'll see you all later, and however lads.